Hey, what's up, YouTube? So I just grabbed Pretty Simple Music's one of his recent libraries, tutorial libraries, the thing called TransFormula, and I was checking out one of the first exercises, which is about using a major triad, resolving it to a diminished triad, and how to move it around through the chords and whatnot. So I was trying to figure out, how can I use it? How can I, what's a way that I can practice it to get it under the keys? Because, the basic way that he shows it is just a real simple, right? And he doesn't, he shows a couple other ways to use it that I haven't, fully processed and figured out how to turn into a practice technique. So I was like, you know what, let me see if I can just come up with a way to do that, so I can run it through the circle of fourths easily. So I'm going to show you that. The technique that I came up with to kind of run it through the circle of fourths in two varieties, and then I'm also going to show you how can we expand on this. It's like a 3-note chord to 4-note chord, how can we expand on that to make it more interesting? And then how can we make it like just straight 4-note chord both times? Like how can we make the major triad to diminished triad more interesting? And then if we can do 3-note to 4-note, and then if we can do 5-note to 5-note, that'll be really cool too. So let me just show you the basics first. So the first thing that I did was I was like, okay, how can we come up with a cool walking pattern to get to the next chord? So there's a short version and there's a long version. Here's the short version. So if we start, we're in C, we're trying to get from C to F. So if we're in C, and this is the pattern we gotta use. Right. So how can we get to F? So if we do that pattern, major, diminished, major, diminished, major, diminished, major, diminished. Okay, and then by doing that, we resolve, we're already in the right, we're already with, we're already playing the right triad. We've already got our melody note for the next key in place. So that would be major triad based off the third of the chord to diminished. Major triad based off the second note of the key we're in, diminished. Alright, so I'll do that one more time. So we're in C, third on top, major triad based off that, diminished, major, diminished. Oh, I'm playing the wrong note in the left hand. That still sounded good. My bad. I should use the sustain pedal. I'll do that one more time. Major triad based off the third of the key we're in. Resolve to diminished. Major triad based off the second degree of the scale that we're in. To diminished. Okay, so basically we're just doing. That's what the melody of what we play ends up being. So now we can expand on this if we just walk down. We can resolve like that. So that way we're actually resolving on the root. And this one, there's like a weird thing in it that I'll show in just a second. So yeah, that's the one. Confused me is or the thing that caused me trouble with this one is for the first two, for the first three, it's basically you can just move the voicing down in whole steps. In this one where we're doing that, right there we got some repeated notes. Teach myself this run is just oops. So I do that every. So say I'm in the key of A flat. So just that. I add that little run on top. Hopefully, you know, in a couple months I'll be able to get it fast. Okay, so that's, you know, there's the 2 runs. There's that. Okay, there's that one, and there's the long one. This one, you know, we end with the root on top. Okay, so after I'd figured that out, I was like, okay, how can we make that more interesting? Well, what if we could try to drop to it? Let's just try adding a note. So obviously that doesn't work. But if we make it just a regular like E7 to E diminished 7, or kind of the E triad over D, or you know, to C sharp diminished. I look at it as just E7 over D, E fully diminished over C sharp. Okay, so that's that. Basically, you know, instead of doing just 3 notes, now we can do 4 notes, and it's the equivalent of doing this pattern here in drop 2. Dominant chord, fully diminished. Dominant chord, fully diminished. Resolved to the triad, like that. So that's, you know, that's a pretty simple. And just do it in drop 2. Pardon my sloppy fingers. Okay, so that was, you know, 4 to 4. So now can we come up with like a way to do it with 5 notes? Because 5-note chords are awesome, and 5-note diminished chords are also awesome. So you can do this. This is the one that I came up with, and this actually, it gets kind of weird if you do it over a pedal C. So we'll just ignore the pedal point and just do it as just a regular chord resolution, cool movement. So we move from this to this, and add our. So we're basically we're going from this right here. We came from this, and now we're gonna add this note, and then we're gonna drop 2, drop 4 this chord. So drop 2, and then drop 4. Is this note. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4th note from the top goes down an octave. 2nd note goes down an octave as well. So that's how we get this to become this. Okay. Now the diminished chord is that. I'm not very good at this one. And that can resolve to. Bit, I don't know. Let's see. Let me try that again. So if I'm here, yeah, that's another thing. You can do this with this chord. So this chord, like that, which is pretty cool. Or you can do dominant, then resolve it. Go from this chord, 3, 2, like that. Yeah, so I've been trying to work that through all the keys. How would this resolve? This is this chord actually works as a 7 flat 9, because you got your 7th, flat 9, and your third of the chord is in the melody. So if you want to, you could kind of double that. You could do that. There's a couple options there for you. So I felt this was, you start doubling notes, it doesn't sound good. If you have 5 distinct tones, it's good to just stick with 5. Try to, stick with 5 distinct tones for the next chord, so that way you're not repeating anything. And that's, that's the same thought that made me go from this to that. As I was like, that doesn't sound good, because we're doubling a note, we're not doubling a note. The density gets more intense, so we should obviously try to match. Do that. That's kind of boring though. It's a nice way to get from like that's nice and smooth. Okay. So there's like a cool, almost like a 2-5-1 kind of. There's your 2 chord. There's your 5 chord. There's your 1 chord. Notice I went from 5 notes, 5 notes, 6 notes. So here you would want to eliminate either the E or the G. So just something to think about with regarding to this movement. Part of the reason that it sounds good is because if you look at what each voice is kind of they're kind of doing that, or everybody's moving stepwise. You're not having weird crazy jumps, and that's kind of why the tension between the chords works well, because all the notes are moving stepwise. Anyway, so yeah, that's my thoughts on how to try to expand this, how to try to expand that. How to try to expand that, and eventually, so I'm just gonna break this if I try to do it. Somehow you can get to that chord, but that's not very smooth. Yeah, this is just not getting from this. Oh, you could go to that. That's kind of smooth. So if you're on this, and then that's kind of, it's kind of smooth. But then you're doubling your root right here. You're playing the 5th. These aren't strong chord tones, so somehow you want to. Yeah, I don't know. If there's a way to get to a voicing like that, then you'd be in good hands. Okay, so I figured out that movement actually. So if you're here, you go. That's pretty good. That's a, we're trying to get to this, some kind of voicing like that. So that's pretty smooth. Cool. Anyway, I just wanted to share that. That was kind of my thoughts this week. Yeah, I can only do it in like 2 keys right now, but it'll get better. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that. Let me know in the comments if you find that useful, and if you're able to develop your own, modifications of the bass. You should definitely check out the series that Kevin put together. It's a ton of good stuff in there. I've only been through the first couple videos, and I'm already like, man, this is going to take me months to get this stuff under my fingers. Anyway, check it out. Support. He's putting out good stuff. All right, thanks.